So I've got Joe Norris from Get Your Tips Out, who provides daily horse racing tips. And today's video is around outsider chances. So horses we think might outrun the price. And Joe, you provide outsider tips on a day-to-day basis. So for anyone who's watching, can you explain what the outsider tips actually is?
Yeah, so the outsider tip is basically a horse that's been overlooked in the betting, that usually sort of gone under the radar. A horse that I feel should be shorter than it is in the betting. So you're often looking at odds of around sort of 14-1, which can obviously turn out to be a really good each way play.
Do you always do, I'm presuming, because there's such a big price, you're always doing the bets kind of each way on the outsider, kind of tips and predictions of what you do?
Yeah, I would say 90% of the time they're each way bets. Yeah.
I think it's one of them when you're looking to place any bets on your. I mean, I follow your each way tips quite a bit, and the outsider tips quite a bit. And sometimes you've got to make certain that you're checking like the comparison between the bookies, because certain races, like let's say Sky Bet might be paying top 6 places, but Betfred might only be top 4 places. So
Yeah.
my recommendation of your outsider tips is making certain that people are choosing the right bookmakers and betting app to make
Yeah.
certain they're doing like the best each way bets for your outsider kind of predictions of what you do on a day-to-day basis.
Yeah, that's definitely something you have to check, because sometimes there can be sort of almost 4 points difference between bookies. If one might be paying an extra place, but then obviously the odds are shorter. So it all depends on how much you fancy that horse. And you can back a horse at 20-1 that in your head you just think, I don't think it can win, but it will place.
Yeah.
So in that respect, you sort of want to go for the more places. Whereas if
Yeah.
you're a bit stronger on it actually winning, then you can afford to go less places and go for the bigger price.
Yeah, for sure. So if anyone wants to know what today's kind of outsider tips are, there's a link in the description where Joel provides outsider tips on a day-by-day basis.